So with all that being said, let's get into why this is going to be our last video. Hi guys.
Hi guys.
Welcome. What a day.
Okay, first things first.
Yes.
Apologies, okay? So we just want to sincerely apologize that we weren't able to go live with you yesterday. For those of you that joined us for the 12 minutes that we frantically tried to find out what was going on with the streaming, thank you for joining us, but you can also testify that we did try. You could hear what we were saying, but a lot of people kept saying your video is choppy. We could actually even see that it was choppy. So this is the best option, to just record it.
Correct.
And basically explain where we are, what this video is about, and just give you more context. The only sad thing is we're not gonna have any live interaction.
I know. Exactly. Yeah. That's always. I mean, that's what makes the live video so exciting. Really, you know, to kind of see your comments in real time and answer questions. But we're very hopeful that at least this video will still deliver the same message that the live would have. So first off, to keep with the tradition, of course, of our Wednesday live videos, we do have our wine here because obviously we're ready for the live. So we're still going to continue with that tradition of pouring a glass of wine. Prost. Cheers.
Prost.
Cheers.
Cheers. Actually, I forgot.
Close.
That's Kian's favorite sentence. Actually, I forgot.
That was close.
Okay.
So first off, maybe a bit of background of what has been happening over the last few weeks. And of course, we mean in our life, we all know that the world has been crazy over the last few weeks.
And I think we've shared most of it anyway, with all of the topics of the To Navigate. We've talked about, you know, how to live together in lockdown, what we hate about each other, what we love about each other, and how we've navigated our relationship, particularly in 2020, because this is when we started To Navigate.
We did, I think in April or May,
anyway,
I think, yes.
Yeah, so I'd say for the most part, you do have an idea of sort of like what's been happening. We've shared some things, but there's still a behind the scenes, no matter what.
Absolutely.
There is always like a BTS.
Absolutely, yes.
So what's our BTS?
I think one of the key things really, a lot of the work has been going into the June company. So this is something very exciting where we've been working on, obviously under the incredible leadership of Adanna. It's your flagship.
Thank you.
I'm not going to take that away.
I do appreciate that recognition.
You might want to kind of elaborate maybe a little bit, because it is getting kind of closer to crunch time for the June company. Okay,
so a bit of background. I know that there are some of you who understand everything that's been going on with the June company, how we even arrived at that name. But for most people who also don't know what I'm talking about, it basically started at the peak of the lockdown in June, specifically after the initial frustrations, because you guys remember that the first lockdown, schools were on lockdown as well. So for the first time ever, we didn't have our village to help us look after the kids. Like they were at home, we were left to do, you know, cater to them, cater to our relationship, and cater to ourselves. So I don't think that there's any one parent who didn't find it overwhelming. This is whether or not you even have help, let alone that you didn't have help, like most people didn't in the lockdown anyway. So at the peak of the frustration, I realized there is more to be grateful for, and we can focus on that rather than focusing on what we are frustrated by. So we started journaling together as a family, and we would get the kids together, and it was just a routine every evening where we would ask them, what are you grateful for? And so it became a verb. So rather than journaling, we called it Juning, because this incredible routine that we incorporated into our family started in the month of June. So we just called it Juning, like, it's time for Juning. The kids kind of knew what Juning was. It was a time to gather around together as a family and talk about what we're grateful for. And so that really changed our perspective on life. We focused more on what we were happy about. We realized that our little kids were growing up with an attitude of gratitude, which is not, which is not something that we're taught a lot.
True.
Yeah. I just thought that was the epitome of purposeful parenting. And then it really inspired us to want to share this routine with more families. If more families could sit down together to have this routine with their kids, we will be raising the next generation of children that are living with an attitude of gratitude.
Yeah.
Eventually that inspired us to create journals, and with everything and every other product that we want to launch in this company, we got inspired to name the company the June Company, because basically everything started in June. This is the short summary of everything.
Exactly. So in a very short period of time, we'll actually be launching the journals, and we will you will find out in some way about it as well. But of course, we want to go beyond that, right? So the idea of the June Company, yes, it started with a journal, or it will start with a journal, but I think it's going to be, generally speaking, about purposeful parenting, and different kind of products or initiatives around purposeful parenting. It's basically the kind of the mission, if you want, of the June Company. Yeah,
I'm thinking about, things that I'm using at home with the kids to raise them purposefully, and how I can share that with the world, like affirmation cards, gratitude jars, like any product that would help and empower families to live with an attitude of gratitude. That's what we hope to launch on our brand, the June Company. And we're going to make sure that everything is sustainable, is eco-friendly, and we are actually contributing to a healthier planet in everything that we do.
Absolutely.
So that is
super
our
exciting.
It's a very big project for us, and I have a big vision.
Of course,
we
need to have the vision. Yes,
the vision is there, and we're just excited that the product is gonna be, by the first week of December, you'll be able to purchase the June journals.
Exactly. And then another update as well, that we're working also quite heavily on some courses, training modules, coaching courses.
You have to say that one. Yeah, so because I obviously talked about the June journal, David's gonna take the time to explain everything about the coaching and the course.
Well, exactly. So we're working on a couple of things. Adanna is doing some incredible modules around business coaching, specifically for female entrepreneurs. But maybe I think she's already shared a couple of things on the stories. But as part of To Navigate, one really exciting course that we're working on is actually kind of a continuation of some of the stuff we talked about here on To Navigate, or as part of our To Navigate series rather, is designed for couples. Okay, so we're working on I think it's so excited. There have been so much feedback, not just in the videos themselves, in the comments, during the videos afterwards. We've gotten so many responses actually for the last, what has it been, 5-6 months almost since we've been doing this now, that we thought, okay, this is actually incredible. Some of the stuff really touched some nerves with a lot of you, and the course is really going to focus on couples who are about to get married, sort of the 12 months or so before your wedding. And we're really going to focus on that. What are the things you kind of need to ensure, let's say, clarify, so that you're really ready to enter this new part of your life called marriage.
Can I say a few things?
Of course. Please, can I say no to you?
Okay, no. So let me tell you. So basically, what inspired us to even do this was one of the live calls. I had talked about coaching. I think we talked about, we joked around, I don't remember in what context, but then there was like a very positive response to people saying, oh, it'd be great if you guys do some coaching. I think it was a conversation where people were talking about premarital counseling.
Yes.
And then I said, oh, like we never did premarital counseling, but I'll be up for premarital coaching, because at the end of the day, if there's a couple whose relationship I admire and who have, one or two nuggets to share, I don't mind getting
some advice.
Tips,
yeah.
Exactly, some advice and some tips. And I think we had played around with like, oh, we don't mind having like pre-marital coaching, and people responded to that, got a lot of DMs, got a lot of emails. And so we started thinking, oh my God, this is a great idea, because when we look back at all of the topics that we've covered in To Navigate, and one of them was, I don't remember the broad topic, but we talked about compatibility as a couple, understanding your values, understanding your purpose. I realize even under my brand as a coach, there's still a lot of people that don't understand their purpose in life or their values, or still trying to, make sense of it. And so we thought, how powerful will it be that if we have, if there's a couple that are about to get married, and we can take them through this coaching program where we make sure that they both understand their values as individuals and understand how they can merge that together as a couple.
Yeah. Also including some really interesting exercise that we are actually trialing ourselves. And trust me, every exercise we're learning stuff about ourselves as well, right? So they're super interesting and really kind of land the point that we're trying to make by actually giving you material and worksheets as well, and workbooks with that. Yeah.
Exactly. We're still playing around with what the entire module is going to look like, but it's really going to be before you say I do, to give you an insight into what it's like, to start planning kids, to, potentially dealing with in-laws, your finances together, because these are all the topics that we've covered in To Navigate. We're preparing it into a premarital relationship coaching program that will also come with live sessions as well. So that's another exciting thing that we've been working on.
That's very exciting, absolutely. And then, of course, lastly, a few other things. So one other thing that was obviously on our mind now, I think we can all agree Christmas is going to be very, very different for most of us, or all of us actually, than we used to, and certainly that we planned for. We had big plans as well. We were hoping, of course, things would, improve and kind of return a little bit back to normal, and we could be seeing family members and have a nice gathering, and that's obviously not going to happen. So we also had to change our plans, like all of you guys as well. So we're not unique in that, of course, but that was something that took a bit of time. We're obviously now trying to really make this Christmas as special as possible for the boys, because we're most likely literally going to be the four of us plus in the house, right? And so we're kind of going all in for decorations probably this year more than ever, and so there was a lot of kind of thoughts and planning kind of for Christmas that is going on at the moment as well. A lot of change of plans as well, a lot of arrangements we had to make.
So basically, in a nutshell, that's kind of what's been going on. Well, in addition to the fact that we still work full time as well.
Yes.
So there's a lot that has been keeping us busy. Lots of late nights and early mornings because of our toddler that comes in every morning screaming, "It's morning time!" But it's all a joy.
So with all that being said, let's get into why this is going to be our last video today.
Okay, so the truth of the matter is, this is our last video for To Navigate for 2020.
For 2020.
For 2020. So, in all honesty, I didn't realize the panic until I actually
I know. You
until
guys are
I
hilarious.
actually put it live on Instagram. Of course, like, we had to say this was going to be the last video, but because it's a Wednesday.
Yeah, it's a traditional Wednesday or Wednesday live.
Yeah, it's a traditional Wednesday live. So I genuinely thought that people would interpret that as the last video for To Navigate even though you probably wouldn't think it's just for 2020, you know.
Yeah.
But I didn't really think people would, you know, people would assume that we're quitting YouTube.
Yeah.
So I just want to put your mind at ease. We're not quitting YouTube. We're not quitting YouTube at all. We're just taking a step back because our plates and our cups are full. They're so full that we just thought, you know what, rather than coming, you know, live every Wednesday, let's just maybe focus on the season of Christmas, trying to do everything Christmassy so that we make it the best Christmas for the boys, since it's going to be a different Christmas anyway.
Correct.
That being said, we've actually played with the idea of still putting out twice a week video.
Exactly. We'll try to still put out maybe short videos or so, maybe around Christmas or something, you know, a little bit different to the vlogs, of course, on the weekends.
Yeah.
But we will see how it goes. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But we will try for sure. Where possible, putting 1 or 2 videos maybe up on a Wednesday, but we'll keep that open for now.
Yeah, we'll keep that very family related.
Yeah.
So no more to navigate videos for this year. However, with all that being said and all of the exciting things that we're developing for To Navigate, next year finna be lit, guys.
We shall
honestly,
be back.
like we'll be back with more structure. We've heard you guys, a lot of you have really been suggesting that we turn this into a podcast. So I'm going back to do my research, you know, to find out not only how to make that possible, because that's quite easy to learn, but actually to be more realistic about our schedule, whether that's yet another platform or avenue that we want to chase. But in this time of reflection, if it turns out that it is, we're coming back in 2021 ready, guys. Like, To Navigate is going to have a new face, new branding, new everything. So
so it's gonna be the last one. Well, it's not even live, unfortunately. We obviously were hoping that we could do at least one last live video of this year, you know, talking to you guys directly and answering your questions and comments. However, it was not supposed to be. We are looking forward to next year, though, as it's sometimes good to have maybe a bit of a break. With that slightly delayed video today, again, apologies for yesterday, but we do really appreciate you tuning in today and watching this video. And please make sure, of course, to comment, let us know. We hope, of course, you're all relieved given your comments on Instagram yesterday. So it's not really that bad news.
It's not bad news. This is not quitting YouTube.
No, we would never.
And this is not even, it's just To Navigate, and not even forever. It's just literally for 2020.
Absolutely. Well, we absolutely appreciate your support. So tune back in again. Of course, we'll have our vlog coming up this weekend. Yes. And we hope to see you guys there as well.
And lots more interesting videos coming up.
Of course.
For Christmas. You know, it'd be cute to set up the Christmas tree with the kids, because this is the first time that both of them really understand Christmas. Like, we've already written letters to Santa. Kian's already on the best behavior because he believes Santa is bringing presents. So there's going to be lots of, you know, family videos coming up, and we hope that you join us and be a part of our Christmas virtually. Yeah,
exactly.
Given that everything is virtual in 2020.
Exactly.
So
thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Have a good week.
Have a good week, and see you at the weekend.
Video.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
You stole my heart, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added color.